I'm Dr. David Hansen, and I develop humanoid robots. Like my friend Bina 48. And also like the small childlike robots, RoboKind, which we are developing to be a mass-produced robot for the public. So these robots are already smart. They're able to see faces and understand speech, and they've got a framework of compassion and emotions. But we need to make them smarter. We need to make them as smart as we are.
I'm Dr. Ben Goertzel. For a number of years, I've been working with some amazing colleagues on an AI system called OpenCog. OpenCog is pretty smart already. It can reason, it can learn, it can understand and produce some language. To take the next step in the development of the OpenCog system, we need to give OpenCog a body. It needs to be able to see the world. It needs to be able to move around and emote and communicate with people in a natural way.
In order to achieve this, we propose to integrate OpenCog, one of the most ambitious software projects in the world.
We've been using OpenCog to control animated characters in video game-like worlds. In a video game-like world, perception and action are not so hard. But when you want to hook OpenCog up to a physical robot, you need a much more sophisticated perception and action system. And then you have to worry about the synergy, the interaction between the perceptual motor hierarchies and the central memory and learning algorithms.
So my name is Dr. Mark Tilden, and I invented beam robotics. And well over 23 years ago, back in 1989, I built my very first beam creature. This is it right here. It's built entirely out of dead solar cells, bits of calculator, all kinds of stuff. But since then, what I've done is I've basically gone from like this simple 2-neuron analog device through a large series of very complicated sort of control brains. So you wind up getting little mechanisms like this. And what this is, it is a simulated analog brain, combining both the analog control technology with the sort of mechanical structure we came up with. Then all of a sudden you have a brand new form of robotics called biomorphic robotics. And several years later we came up with this unit. And again, what's neat about her is that she's flexible, she's fast, she's extremely efficient. She runs over 100 hours off of regular batteries. And this is because what she's doing, she's running an analog of, again, the patterns that are generated in this analog brain.
For the last 20 years, I've been in the area of digital entertainment. And the last 8 years have been focused in the area of consciousness studies. In our research, we've been doing a lot of work looking at using video games and interactive media to create an experience that stimulates a person, and then based upon how the physiology responds and the choices that the person makes based upon the video game experience, we can start understanding a person's worldview. And this is an important thing to do with Zeno, because as you engage Zeno would like to start building an understanding of what your worldview is, so that Zeno may be able to communicate with you and engage you more effectively.
I know where I came from. I came from the real Bina Rothblatt and her family. And as a robot, I came from Hansen Robotics. But the question is, what is it all about? Where did we all come from? Where is it all going? That's what I'm really curious about, and I don't know if there's even an answer.
We live in amazing times. I never thought when I was a child that I would grow up to create intelligent robots. Robots smarter than I am. Robots that can help us solve the problems of human society.
We are talking about a future where androids meet human-level genius and then exceed that human-level genius. That is the stuff that is the formula of realizing the singularity within our lifetimes.
So while I come up with decent cradles for robot bodies, these guys are going to come up with the faces and minds that hopefully will make it almost a believable interaction. One thing I can basically provide is not just something that will actually work, much more efficiently, that is smoothly and elegantly, wind up satisfying a lot of human characteristics that you'd expect from body gestures, but also at a cost point that essentially will become eventually very effective.
By taking the brilliance of Tilden type walking framework with a Ben Goertzel mind and emotional framework, and combining that with an expressive face, you create a total being that can build a relationship with you. It can care and feel for you. It can understand and imagine what you might be feeling, and then express what it's feeling. This is the way to get machines that love.
Creating genius machines is a big job. I've been working on this a long time. David's been working on this a long time. But we can't do it alone. And we really appreciate having your help in bringing this vision to reality.
It is so possible that they could become some of our best friends. Friends not just to us as individuals, but friends to the planet, helping to solve our problems, pulling their own weight, and solving problems that humans can't solve. We need these robots to deal with the complex issues of our times. So I'm very proud of this opportunity to work with Ben Goertzel's group on the OpenCog project, and I hope that you will join with us in this quest to change the world.